Hi YouTube, it's Narissa, and so I wanted to talk about my 2016 American type resolution. Every year people, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but I'm trying to connect again with my spiritual bliss. I've been kind of, hidden and kind of quit, doing anything. Well, I've done some small things, but, nothing. I quit training myself. I quit educating myself in the ways of paganism, and I kind of got stagnant. And it it started around 2010, and I really need to find it again. And what started smacking me so hard was at Samhain, we had a little girl come to our door, and she was adorable. And she, they come up and you're looking at their costumes and oh, how cute, da 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 da. And of course you get the same ones over and over and over again because everybody's into, either Frozen or the DC comics or, anything along that line. So you get a plethora, but it's all the same plethora. Well, this little girl, she's standing there, she hands out her bag, and I take a double take, and I'm like, who are you? What's your costume? And she goes, I'm Artemis. And I was like, you're Artemis? Yes, she goes, the goddess of the moon, the hunt. And I said, well, where's your bow? And she started laughing. She goes, Mom says I'm too young to carry it around. I thought it was adorable. And so then that night, I came inside and I went to a friend's house for kind of a little Samhain, meet and greet type thing. It wasn't, anything else, because as I say, I even got to the point where I don't celebrate, I don't decorate, I don't do anything. And it got bad. It got bad. So I was over there and I was talking about it, and I asked her, of course she's pagan too, and what's really cool is it's just like we all live in this one block, in my neighborhood, so it's kind of cool. They're really close. Sip of tea. So what happened is I was talking to her about it. She goes, oh yes, I seen her. Wasn't that adorable? And I was like, yeah. So the next day, I'm randomly going through things, and Artemis keeps popping up. And I'm like, what is going on? And so I pulled out my cards, and I consulted my cards. And I haven't done that for a while. I mean, occasionally I'll pull them out, but I pulled out my cards, and I'm like, why? Why is this happening? And it straight out flat told me, you need to get your butt in gear. You need to get back into the swing of things. You need to heal yourself from all of the crap that you went through. And you need to follow your bliss, and you need to get back into it just as heavy and possibly as you can. So after all of the, going through all of the different holidays and stuff like that, I decided, okay, I'm going to do something new. So I am doing a year of studying just the goddesses. And I mean all of the goddesses that, that strike me. If all of a sudden, I'm done working on, say, Artemis, and Athena pops me on the back of the head, then I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm anything that just all of a sudden hits me, I'm going to study those and see how, how it goes. And I'm going to study them in a different way because I learn a different way. And my study is going to be unique to me. All right. And another thing that I've decided, you know, I'm doing the pagan challenge, the YouTube pagan challenge. If you're not doing it and you YouTube, do this. It's awesome. YT pagan challenge 1 and 2. You don't have very far to catch up. Get with it. Get out there. Let's do this. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of give you an idea of how I'm going to go about this. Just to let you know. Eventually, I'm going to put all of my findings and all of my stuff that I pick up, and I refuse to write everything down on my computer. I am handwriting because I learn better when I handwrite things, because I read along with myself and then I have to reread it to make sure that it sounds right to me. All right. So, Artemis kind of disappeared for a second. I studied her for a little bit, and excuse my chihuahuas. Hear him? The mailman must be here. Oh my God, they're going to kill him. So anyhow, what I did is I went and I bought one of these composition books. All right. And you know your old Llewellyn calendars? All your old calendars? I took a piece and I cut it out. A girlfriend of mine gives me her old calendars, and I find old calendars, and I have a big huge box of old calendars, and I use the pictures inside of them to decoupage and decorate. So what I did is I took this little book, and it's just a composition book. I took this little book and I put, you know, one of the pictures on the front, and what I did is I put tacky glue on a brush and I put it on there, and then I put the picture on, I let it dry, and then I cut the edges off. Okay, so now I have a composition book. Of course, I'm going to put something on the back. I don't know yet which one I'm going to, but I've got a couple of them on the back of it, and I just glued it on there. So I have a special book for all my notes and everything, and then I put, you know, goddesses on there. Okay, so I started that, and I've started working in it, and I kind of jumped off Artemis for a moment, and because all of a sudden I kept saying, instead of saying Artemis, I kept saying Athena, and I was like, there's something with Athena that I need to learn. And so I started on Athena now. And so what I've done is inside my book, I've wrote down her many names, you know, her rule over, which is wisdom and war, arts and crafts, and her herbs, the olive tree, and an apple. Her stones are azurite, iolite, and lapis lazuli, color yellow, gold, blue, and gray. She is the gray-eyed one. Okay. Her element air, her animals are owl, snakes, and the gorgon. I had to look that up. Some things you don't know. If they would have just said the Medusa, hello, the gorgon. Okay. So, her calendar festival is the Pantheon, which is the Olympics. I can't say this. Pantheonia? It's the Olympics. Okay, the tool is the long spear, the armor, the helmets, and these spears are flute. She's also known as Minerva in Roman, which was, you know, cool. Her father is Zeus. Her mother is Metis. Her abode is Mount Olympus. And I have a couple of books. I have a couple of goddess books. Let me grab those real quick. That I'm slipping through to find things on, one. And then next week, I'm going to go to the library. I'm not going to sit on my computer. I am going to go to the library, and I'm going to look up anything I can find on whatever goddess. I mean, I need to get out there. I need to get out of it. I need to go out and play. You know, I'm going to go to the library. But I do have a couple of books, and my Greek book that I bought, and I bought this at Barnes & Noble, and it was like on sale for $5.99. I mean, years ago. But it's the Greek and Roman myths by, I'm looking at it, Thomas or Thames and Hudson. Thames and Hudson, no, it's by Philip, whatever. I can't say that. There's the code. Okay, so I got this book, and then I was gifted this book some time ago. So I'm looking through here also for my different goddesses. And it's a Llewellyn. I don't know if this one's still in print. But there you go. There's her code. Her ISBN number. And that's what it was then. Okay. But I got it as a gift. I got it somehow. I don't know how, but it is full of goddess, and it's almost like an encyclopedia type aspect. So I've got those. Those are what I'm using to look at my different goddesses. And then the library. I have looked on the computer for photos so that I can, you know, print them out when I decide to maybe, you know, stick a picture inside of my book or whatever. Because I have a little bit of an artistic in me, but not a lot. I'm not very good at drawing women or men or the human form. I can draw animals. I can do all of that, but when it comes to the human form, for some reason, I'm at a block. So that's my start. Okay, and I've got my watercolors out, and I'm going to do a watercolor of an owl. So when I do my big book of shadows, I'm going to use my blue goddess book. Right now my Kanina book is in it. My Kanina is in it. But I'm going to remove it and put it in another one. I'm going to make another one of these. And I think I'm going to make it Cajun because she was... I'm going to maybe use red or something because she was from New Orleans and stuff. Maybe purple and... Oh, that's what I'm going to do. Purple and gold. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to put all my goddess in this. So this is going to be my goddess book of shadows. It's going to be all goddesses. Okay, and then maybe next year I'll do gods. But that's what I'm going to do with that. Okay, so a couple of nights ago I sat down and I decided that I'm going to make a pendant to put on my necklace. Here's my necklace. I'm going to put a pendant that I could put on my necklace, so while that I'm studying that goddess, I'm going to, you know, put it on my altar, cleanse it, and try to empower it, and try. I'm going to. I can succeed at this. So I'm going to do that, but I'm making pendants for each one. Okay, so this one is my Athena. Let's see if I can. The little, it's just in the wrong position. See, it's got the little owl on it, and a snake, and then her stones. So I'll put this on my necklace while I'm studying her. Maybe that'll give me some more inspiration, more little push. So this is my number one. Now, I don't know when I'm going to push to another goddess. I don't know when. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm just waiting to be touched by something of interest. And I do want to tell you that last night Isis kept coming up. I've studied her an extent because I was really into Egyptian magic. So I'm going to go ahead and write one up on her and pull out my little necklace that I made that was her. Go ahead and put her in because she is one of my patrons. I have always adored the Egyptian. So that's what I'm doing. And another thing I did, I went to one of our New Age stores here in the city, and I went on ahead. I haven't bought one for 6 years. I haven't bought one. I just go by my normal calendar, and I know when things are, but I went on ahead and I bought another date book. And inside my date book, I'm going to write down, I'm pulling cards every other day, and the things that I'm doing and how things are hitting me. So say, next Saturday, I get, the word such and such comes up, the goddess name comes up, I'm gonna write it down. That way I can look back, and almost like journaling, but I'm going to journal inside of my date book. It's morning for me, even though it's like noon. So I'm rambling, blah, blah, blah. Another drink of tea. Don't you love my cup? I got 2 of them. My husband bought it for me. A couple of years ago, we had a they have a Day of the Dead thing in a store here in Wichita. It's no longer here, but they had one. Oh, Nami. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to find my bliss, and I'm going to take it one goddess at a time. I'm going to learn through them, and then I'm going to learn through my gods, and I'm going to find my magical paths again, and I'm taking you along for the ride. Hopefully. I'm trying to push myself to do this, to where I don't go off and squirrel on something else. I really, really want to do this. So, great blessings from Narissa to you. Bye.